towels. Hold on. I don't even know if that changed the light at all, but it's not totally important. I got myself a little treat. It was a Monday. It was one of the more Mondays I've had in a while. That's fine, but like when you feel it, man, you feel it. That's all I'm saying. My red flag is that I think I'm a matcha snob, but I never drink matcha, and the only reason that I think I'm a matcha snob is because I was once taught how to make matcha traditionally, and that's it. That's the extent. That's my red flag. But anyway, this one's actually pretty good. It's more balanced than some that I've had in the past. See? Snob. Snob! I have no good reason to be a snob about matcha. I don't drink enough of it. You're sitting on my coffee, so matcha is not the only thing I'll be drinking this afternoon. It will also be the coffee. So I'm going to go upstairs and try to transition. It is already, I don't know what time it is. It's like 5 already. And I just got home. I went to get ingredients for dinner. I drove a friend about 30 minutes out of the way, which is not a big deal. It just means I was like driving for an hour, which is not a big deal at all. I actually really enjoyed the drive because it was nice. It's like just kind of drizzly out. There wasn't any real heavy rain. It was just a constant kind of shower, and that was really peaceful. Actually, I kind of got to decompress a lot in the car and just kind of let my mind run, and I got to vent to my coworker. My coworker got to vent to me, and we just, you know, I'm really thankful because we lean on each other a lot, and that's nice. But anyway, my husband wanted treats for himself, so. Okay, so this bag is like pretty big, right? Because my husband and I need to go on a diet, but we refuse. You want to know how many potato chips are actually in this bag? You want to know where the line of potato chips start? From here down. Here down! That's like nothing! I have to like reach, it's like the bag is half empty already. What gives? I always give myself the most flattering angles. Anyway, you're sitting on top of my draft. I hope that makes you feel special. Coffee. Y'all never get to see, but this is my magic cup. This cup goes with me to work every morning, and as you can see, she's been through a lot. You normally don't get to see her because she's normally empty by the time I get home, but it's quite a bit of coffee, and I drain it between the hours of 6:50 and normally 12:30, 11. So yeah, I consider myself a certified beverage snob. Come at me. I'm a beverage girl. Okay, let's stop yapping about your beverages, Carrie. No one cares. Let's see what's going on with the old track bear and such. Okay, we are on chapter 35. I have 3 days? 4 days? Yeah, I have 4 days to get through 16 chapters. I can do it. It's doable. There was definitely a little bit of a slowdown because I did take some time to try and rope build and like character background build. So there's definitely been some time that has not been spent doing this. And just depending on the day, like this past Saturday, I didn't spend a ton of time on this for family reasons. We're working on it 65% of the time, and that's a start. So my husband's home. Actually, I can hear him pulling into the driveway. So that means that I'll get to this in like 30 minutes. But theoretically, I'm ready to start for the day. Okay? Okay. Hi, hello. 'Tis I. It's Tuesday. It's kind of rainy. I considered going to the bookstore, but I might just drag my husband out with me because I don't really want to go by myself. But I haven't been to the bookstore in a hot minute. I got home from work about an hour ago and I like cleaned up the house a little bit. Cleaned up my bedroom is what I cleaned up. Started a little laundry. And now I'm here. I have some tea and I have my documents open. I am looking at see how many, can I see how many pages I'm looking at? I'm looking at about 50 more pages. We're making just fine progress. I'm actually on chapter 38 out of 50. So we're going good. I'm so glad I made that little chapter chart counter thingy. Time is of the essence. I'm feeling that motivation quite a lot as we have reached the crunch time, and so I'm not feeling like I want to chit chat very much. I just kind of want to get into it, and I'm hoping that I finish this before November 1st. That's the plan, and like the turnaround from now to November like 1st, from like writing the revisions to writing draft 2 is like, I was thinking I would have like a day. I won't. I don't think I will have a day. Unless I just really grind tonight, I won't have a day. And I don't think I'm gonna grind tonight. That's the thing. I keep making poor decisions. That's not really what's happening. But I do kind of keep making poor decisions. Like yesterday was not totally in my control. But today, I can probably stand to not go anywhere, like to the bookstore like I want to. I can probably stand not to bribe my husband into taking me out to a nice little coffee shop for no reason. Like I can probably stand to not do those things. I can probably stand to work for the remainder of this hour and work solid. I can also probably stand to work from 6 to 7 solid and probably still have time to make dinner and eat dinner and spend time with the husband and still come back around 9 and 10 like I should. That's like I'm looking at 3 hours of potential writing if I stop yapping and get on with it. Come along with me. You're just gonna have to ignore my appearance. What the? What do I do with you? Where do you go? Why are you like that? Also, I have a visitor. Big Bertha in the center of my face. I've covered her with a pimple patch. I don't want to talk about it. The lighting is good, so I figured I'd sit down and talk for a second because So if it's is it the 29th? So I have 2 days. I still feel like I can do it. I have my doubts. We'll see. It could be like when I finished the first draft for this, where it was like, I think I'm not gonna finish it today, and then I did. But also I wrote what I'm reading right now. I'm reading Act 3. I wrote Act 3 a long time ago. So I'm like kind of remembering stuff that I made. So there is some of that excitement because it's like, oh, I forgot I did that. It's rainy, which I really like actually. And I'm tired, actually. But like, honest to goodness, it's so cozy that I don't even care. So I have an apple scented candle going right now. It's drizzly and rainy and gray outside. And I'm curled up in my little chair. I've got a blanket and I'm just typing away. And I have my tea and quiet until I make dinner, which should be yummy. I'm excited about dinner. The plan is a vodka pasta. Stay tuned for that. The update is crunch time. The update is nothing really new is happening. We're just like in the middle of Act 3. Holy crap, the swelling on the bridge of my nose. Having adult acne is so embarrassing. It's normal, but like this is an embarrassing experience for me. Am I about to have like an existential crisis? This is what happens when you look at yourself for too long. You start to notice things. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's go right. Story time with Carrie. When I was 16, I moved to China as a foreign exchange student, and I stayed there for like a year. 200 some odd days, a whole school year. During the first several weeks there, I think it took me a good 3 months to get fully acclimated to my surroundings and the language and just like kind of get my feet. But I was a much shyer 16-year-old than I am now as an adult, which is kind of a good thing. But anyway, so I'm this shy girl, but I'm also pretty audacious. You know, thinking, okay, I'm gonna go to a foreign country by myself. I've never done that before. I didn't speak the language. I had close to zero knowledge of the culture, but I was interested and willing to learn. And I was like, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. I would be crazy if I didn't go. And so I did. And so the first couple weeks there were, as you could expect, pretty difficult, and very disorienting. Not just the time change, but the language, the culture, the mannerisms, everything. Lucky for me, I had a good, kind, and generous host family that for the first half of my stay there, and they lived in a high-rise building. I want you to think of 62 stories of just straight up apartments. That's the whole building, is just apartments. It was the most fantastic view. I loved that apartment. That apartment was amazing. My routine in the morning was to take the bus with my host sister to the high school, and then I would walk home in the evening. And the reason I did this was partly because of bus money. I was trying to be really frugal, and even though the bus was not expensive at all, especially after the exchange rate and everything, I wanted to walk. I wanted to see the city and kind of get my bearings, and walking in the evening was nice. It wasn't normally that hot after the school day, and it allowed me to really kind of take in my surroundings and feel more comfortable. In my commute to school, I had this kind of big backpack. It was the backpack that I used as my carry-on for the plane. I didn't buy a new one when I got in, but I needed something to carry my textbooks in. Important thing is that the backpack that I was carrying at the time was quite big, and inside it, I lugged with me my 2003, I don't even know, old white chunky MacBook that I bought off a refurbished website for $300. That's the sirens. Not at all to the point of a MacBook Air where it's like it hardly weighs anything. This was a heavy laptop, and I had two textbooks. I can actually show you the very textbook. They're about this big, but I had two of them. These are my old Chinese textbooks. So I had the workbook, and I had the textbook. I would lug these things, and of course, because I'm a nerd, about 1,000 different kinds of pens. Anyway, I basically looked like a tourist every day for like a month. It was ridiculous. After the school day, I'm walking home. To get into the apartment building was fine, but to use the elevator, I had to have a key card. And I also needed, in order to get into the apartment, obviously, a key to the apartment. And I don't remember why, but on this particular day, I didn't have either of those things. Either I was getting home at a different time than my host sister, who would normally let me in, or like no one was home. And so I couldn't take the elevator. It's a very tall building, as I've mentioned, and my host family lived on the 44th floor. I found video of me hiking those stairs, and I tell you what level I'm going to. Guess what? It's not the 44th floor. It's the 24th floor. So like I can see how I got the floors mixed up because I'm a little bit dyslexic. So I can see how I made that mistake. But man, me 9 years later really inflated that number. So I'm guessing the building was about 30 stories because I'm just gonna half it. Let's be honest. But I have no idea how many stories there were in this building. I was not hiking to the 44th floor. Let's just get that out of the way. I was hiking to the 24th floor. So I show up at elevator and I realize that I don't have a key that would allow me to take the elevator up to the 44th floor. Beyond that, I also realized that I didn't have a key to the actual apartment door. I realized that I have a couple of options and, you know, I could wait for a friendly neighbor to allow me to ride the elevator with them, and they will put in the correct number or whatever. I can't remember like the way this elevator functioned, but like I needed a key card to unlock the elevator essentially. But I could wait for a neighbor and ask them to allow me to ride the elevator with them. I want you all to keep in mind that I did not speak a lick of Chinese, and I'm clearly a gringa. And like, please don't bully me, but like, I think the term, if I'm remembering correctly, the term in Mandarin is Wai Guo Ren, and I can't remember the tones for that at all. Like I said, don't bully me, but like, I'm clearly not Chinese, and so I'm like this foreigner in every sense of the word, gesturing, making weird grunts to ask to get on the elevator, and I'm like shy, nervous, all the things you can imagine, fish out of water. I'm like, hell no, I'm not asking anyone to let me on the elevator. Would I let me on the elevator? No. And then once I got up to the floor, I still had the issue of I can't get in the apartment. And and let's say some sorry, generous, but like a sorry sap, a poor soul, agrees to let me on the elevator with them. I was so like just kind of painfully shy because of how unfamiliar everything was and how like I could never tell if anyone was friend or foe in the early days, especially just because I just didn't understand the hidden curriculum of what was going on around me, you know, and I didn't want to inconvenience anyone or come across as rude or threatening in any way. I also didn't want to put myself in a situation where I'm in debt to someone that I don't know how to pay them back. And like these are just all the thoughts that are running through 16-year-old me brain. And I'm thinking, hell no. And I don't want anyone to see me. I would just rather be invisible. I decide that all of those other things that seem perfectly logical, that would perhaps solve my problem, I decide I'm not even going to attempt them. I'm going to take the stairs. I decide I'm going to trek up 44 flights of stairs alone with a heavy backpack.
Okay, so trying to climb 24 flights of stairs is not as easy as it sounds. Going down, you almost fall, but it's definitely not this. I hope I'm there soon. I lost count. Lost count at 12.
I mean, honest, by the time I hit the 10th floor, I was regretting my decision. I was like, okay, do I stop here and ask someone to let me on the elevator by the 10th floor? By the 15th floor, I was like, okay, I'm pretty much already there. I was sore for several days after this. And to my recollection, I don't think I ever attempted this again. My mindset was, I'm not gonna ask for help. I'm not going to try and solve the other problems that would make me vulnerable. I'm just going to do what I know I can do in my own power, and that is I can climb the stairs. I can climb stairs. I only wound up waiting outside the apartment for like 15 minutes before my host sister got home, and that girl was pretty surprised to see me. I don't know why exactly, probably because she expected me to be downstairs waiting for her. So to see me at the top was, how'd you get here? I don't know why this story pops into my brain. I was thinking about this last night and I was like, why am I thinking of this? I was like, coming to the end, I did like 4 or 5 chapters of my revisions last night and like, why am I remembering climbing 44 flights of stairs in China like 9 years ago? Like, what gives? Why is that what I'm thinking of? And I was like, okay, well, like, what is my character? You know, I think I've changed since I was 16, but like, even though I don't think I ever pulled that whole stunt again, I don't think it was ever necessary, and I didn't live in that building long enough for it to happen again, but I genuinely think if I continued to live in that building with that host family, I probably would have continued to do that many more times, taking the scenic route from school to home. And then if I didn't need to wait for the elevator, or if I didn't want to, or if I didn't want to wait for someone to let me on or ask, I could just take the stairs. And I genuinely think that in my mind, the workout that it took to get me from floor 1 to floor 44 was difficult and winding for sure, but I don't feel like that was a stupid thing to do, and I don't feel like I would altogether never do it again. Even that day, I was like, I just climbed 44 flights of stairs. Like, dang. Again, I can't really put my finger on why this is coming to my mind when I'm thinking about writing a book, when I'm thinking about revisions, and how daunting the process ahead of me is. Like, I'm looking at the 35 pages of notes. Did you hear me? 35 pages of notes. I noticed like how much work it's gonna take to get this to where it needs to be. And it's giving, I took the stairs. Like, I'm trying as I'm sitting here explaining this story to you. And my reflections from last night, I'm like, girl, you hit your head or something. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, these feel like similar instances. And I think with the whole stairs thing, it was the journey, not the destination, that made me feel confident by the end of it. Like, okay, I've done it once, I know I can do it again. And I know that the more I do it, if I decide to climb 44 flights of stairs every single day, if I decide that that's what I'm going to do, it's going to get easier. And even though I think maybe it took me 15 or 20 minutes to climb all those stairs. Like, it couldn't have been that long. And I don't remember. I remember looking at the time, but I don't remember how long it took. Getting old. I was trekking stairs for a minute, but like, that wasn't even the point. Like, maybe it would have gone faster if I continued to do that. But I was also doing that to avoid other things, like these shortcuts. But those shortcuts kind of relied on other people to lend their aid. And I don't know what I'm trying to say, because I think asking people for help is good. I think working smarter, not harder, can also be good. I think it can be useful. I think it can save you headache and sore legs. But I also wonder if the mindset that I can take the stairs, so I'm going to take the stairs, if that mindset doesn't also become necessary when it comes to writing a book. Like, I think maybe we just need to take the stairs sometimes with things. Like, maybe the long trek that's very unconventional and kind of roundabout, like maybe that path is the path that makes us very strong and resilient and builds our confidence. And maybe I'm also thinking about like AI tools and technology and all these other things that have been swimming in my brain, because that's the world we live in. And like, how much should I be doing? I'm not using AI at all. What I'm saying is it comes up in work a lot as well. Like, I'm working on this massive project that needs to be ready soon, and what felt like 15 minutes of work till today, I looked up and I was like, oh crap, I've been here a whole extra hour, and I've only gotten one page done, but that was an hour of solid work, and it didn't even feel like that. Like, there were probably things I could have done to make that easier on me, but I didn't do that, and I'm proud of the work that I did today. These are some ramblings for sure, but like, I don't know, it's giving I took the stairs. And I don't know if that's just my mindset, and I've had it for a long time, as demonstrated by my stunts of athleticism at 16. But I wonder how it would improve us as a people, as a culture, to actually look at the stairs as like a viable option. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Like, we've gotten so used to just reaching for the quickest, most direct route that like we forgot we needed quads. Like, we haven't had sore quads in ages. This analogy is falling apart, and I don't really even know if it is an analogy at this point. But I hope that maybe editing Carrie can make this make sense. And I feel like maybe I'm pretty close to the top. I'm almost at the 44th floor. I have one more day. I'm almost done. I have like 10 chapters left. If I do 5 today, 5 tomorrow, I'm done, right? Like, is there a better way to do this? Is there a better way to write a book? Should it take so long? Because I don't know how long it took me to climb those stairs. I have no idea. I don't know how long I would have been there. I think I have a video of this. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I need to stop rambling and work on my book. We're on flight 33, guys. Woohoo! I never use this angle because it's backlit, but I just wanted to make a quick update. Look, it's the most beautiful thing. I don't want to show like the whole unboxing thing, like it just ruins the effect, because like I want you to get your own copy if you like this book. But it is absolutely gorgeous. Anyway, it is Halloween. It is October 31st, and I am just now home. I have no clue what time it is. I think it's 4 or something. Man, I just don't know numbers of anything, really. That's what we're learning, is that Carrie doesn't know where she is, when she is, and what she is in terms of time. When. She doesn't know when she is, ever. Anywho, and here's the deal. Videos take a long time to edit, so I'm gonna dedicate all my time today to finishing my revisions, which I don't have too many left to go, many chapters left to go. I'm almost done, really. But like video editing takes a really long time. I like editing videos a lot, actually, but they do take a long time to do. So video probably won't come out this Friday, but because of this milestone that I'm about to finish, I think it's well worth it. It's totally fine that that's the case. I don't even, like last week I felt the pressure to put out a video. I don't feel that pressure this week, as I clearly have something else that's taking precedent. Also, I would love to finish it in this vlog, and anyway. So we're gonna do it that way, and I hope that y'all don't mind, which I'm sure you don't care. Anyway, so this is the most gorgeous thing I've ever owned, and that's a little bit crazy. Okay, I'll give you like come on. That looks like it's a part of the same piece. That was well worth it. I'm happy with that. Not sponsored by Del Rey, but like, I don't think that's how that works. Del Rey, publish my book. No, not this one. Maybe a different one. Not the one I'm writing right now. Another one. A different one. One that's worthy of sitting on the shelf next to Red Rising, please. One of those. Anyway, okay, I'm done talking. I lied, I'm not done talking. I have 4 chapters left. That's all I have to do tonight. So maybe you will get a video today. I still doubt it. It's a long vlog, so I'm gonna have a lot to edit, but I'm done talking. Peace out, guys. Wish me luck.